And ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Welcome to the after show. Sound effects. Bum, bum, bum. So today for you, what we've got is we're hanging out. We got to welcome some people. We've got Albert DZ. Let's go. Yeah, we were a little late, but we're actually on time, fashionably late.
Had a side conversation that
Side conversation. I was basically drooling over Dennis's new TV. I was I moved, and I moved just before the new flagship TVs came out, and so I had to pull the trigger on what is now last year's TV. But that is for another day. We've got the best YT in the house. Welcome, my friend. Great to have you here. I just tweeted this out, so hopefully people are able to come and join.
Hey, Grizzogore. There we go.
Welcome. And let's go you on YouTube. Make sure this is good.
Yeah, while Stetson's getting things prepped, we got basically two things that we're going to do. The big one for tonight is Stetson actually created a fun little survey that I think is going to be really fun to do together for the after show. And then I had a brain fart on what the second thing was we were supposed to do, but I know this is the big one.
That is okay. Yeah, this is huge. I'm really excited for this. So we've got. I thought it'd be fun just to rank cell phone plan features. Like, what features do you really need in a cell phone plan? We can talk about that. I put a link in the chat. And also, can I chat with emojis here?
Yes, you can't. Well, not in the.
I know.
But and I remembered what it was. We're gonna talk about those infomercials. I think we should react to those on stream.
Okay, yeah. We'll do that towards a little bit later in the stream.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to welcome Austin. Austin, thank you for being a loyal supporter, showing up for that green beanie. We asked Dennis to wear that especially for you. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I actually thought about when I was going in my closet, I literally thought of Austin, what he said last night. That's why I grabbed the green one.
I need the beanie. Where did all of those polls just go? Yeah, so we've got some really cool things. We want to welcome Bo Star, 5G unlimited hotspot. But have you already gone through the poll? Jeez Louise.
That's not good. We don't want you going through the poll without some pretext.
Wait, are they not? Oh, it's still loading. Well, this is a little awkward. All my polls have stopped loading, so They're there. They're there. Who this is for? Yo. All right, we got it back. Who this is for? Then Austin, I don't understand that. I'm sorry.
I think he's asking who this survey is for.
It's for everyone. Anyone who's watching. For Eduardo, for Bo, for.
I mean, basically, it's kind of like a little vibe check on the audience. We kind of did something like a light version of this where we talked about Wi-Fi calling and features. We talked about it. We never actually had a nice detailed survey going on about it. So this could kind of help Stetson out when he makes his videos, but also it'd just be cool to see what your thoughts are. Cause sometimes, when it's a very popular stream, comments get drowned out and sometimes people maybe aren't as courageous. So it's cool to see everybody just kind of anonymously voting and, just to have the numbers there and we can have a talk, a debate, right? My opinion on unlimited texting, Stetson's opinion on the importance and so forth.
Yeah. I think we're ready to go. We're ready to go.
I know who the poll is for. Check the link.
Check the link.
Huh?
BestPhonePlans.net/news. How important are cell phone plan features to you? Is that the... Who is this for? LOL. I'm still a little confused. The link is for everyone. Anyone who's watching. The link's also in the show notes.
I feel like I'm being bamboozled.
Yeah, we got bamboozled, Austin. But,
yeah, link works. I copy and pasted it. So, yeah, link's good.
Sweet. Yeah, I think we should just kind of roll right into it. We'll welcome people as they come. Definitely perks along my cellular plan.
Hey, Maverick, F14 Tomcat, ABA. Good to have you guys here as well. Same thing with you, Debbie. But yeah, let's kick it off. Let's kick it off with the first question that you kind of made for us, all right?
Yeah.
How important is unlimited texting to you? Stetson, why don't you give us a little backstory? How important is texting for you?
Well, Dennis, when things started off in the younger years, when I was I'm just kidding. I was a really tall, scrappy young lad. So I kind of stood out. Anyway, back in the day, I got my first phone, and texting was everything. That's all I needed. So my plan, Dennis, $15 a month, unlimited texting on T-Mobile, and it was like 10 cents a minute. Total cost, maybe you're looking at 17 to 20 bucks. So I'm going to say, for me, I need to have it. Unlimited texting is a need to have.
Even now? Even in modern day?
Oh, Dennis, that is a good question. Modern day, I don't know the last time I sent a text message. It was to you today.
Outside of me, yeah. Me and my old
Dennis,
school habits.
We text, we're on Discord a lot, and we text maybe, I'll chuck a handful, 50 messages a month, 50 to 100.
I only text you when I see you're not on Discord and I'm away from my computer.
Yeah,
so it's my backup way to get you. Only because I don't use Telegram that much. Sorry, Austin.
It's all good.
But yeah, I mean, for me, it's a little bit of a different story. For me, texting is actually everything because
you're rocking a Note too.
Galaxy S20.
Oh shoot, oh my god, I spaced on that. My apologies, Dennis.
But no, but texting is important because of three main reasons. One, two-factor authentication. I use that for literally everything, and a lot of websites still do SMS two-factor authentication for the verification. Two is because yes, I am using an Android phone, which unfortunately for my sad soul, I don't have like an iMessage equivalent. I mean, I have RCS, but like Apple doesn't support it. So like, if I want to communicate to people, they're probably using iMessage and aren't going to use something else because it's the US and we can't for some reason all have WhatsApp or something. And then third is for work. It is actually still really important for work. So for me, must have for those reasons. But honestly, Stetson, for you, I don't actually think it's that
I could get away probably with like 1,000, like maybe even 500. I mean,
500 might be cutting it, but I think 1,000 would be your sweet spot.
Pretty comfortable.
Reason why I say that, by the way, is because you got to remember text, like SMS, 160 character max limit. So if I sent you like a big paragraph, it might count as 2 or 3. So that's why I said 1,000.
Yeah. No, but I think you're right. I mean, I've had plans with limited amounts, and I think 1,000 to 2,000 has been my sweet spot. So right now is like nice to have, but I could live without it. But also, like, need to have it. I'm going to need to have it on this one.
Okay. And ironically enough, it's a 50-50 split.
Let's see.
Which is about what I was expecting because I know, like, it was a generational thing, man. Like, it really was. Like, people don't remember the Sidekick and how awesome that phone was and that nice QWERTY keyboard. They don't know the glory days. But yeah, with Facebook Messenger and WhatsApp and all those things that are out there, like text me apps, like things that give you like numbers, as long as you have data, you're straight. So
yeah, we had some people in the comments sharing that. We've got Grisgore, we've got WhatsApp, yeah. So.
Oh, Austin said he texted you the link. So I didn't get it. That's why I didn't know what was going on. He said he messaged.
Oh, yeah. Delete the chat. All right. I got you, Austin. I got you. We'll take a look at that maybe a little bit later.
Yeah. Also, Eduardo, I do use WhatsApp as well to talk to some friends that I have, primarily in Europe. And then for Korea, the people that I know in Korea, I use an app called Kakao, which is like a very popular messaging app in South Korea.
I'm gonna refresh these. See, we got some votes. We got 51 people here. You can vote. Cast your vote. Here's the link. It's all on the website, and I wanted to just do one more thing. And yeah, I think we're pretty much ready to move on to the next category here. Unlimited calling.
I know that you literally don't answer your phone, so for you, it's probably not important at all.
Yeah, it's almost like if I'm making a call, I will try and FaceTime audio first because I just know the audio codec is so much better. And then I'll call if I have to.
Yeah, for me, it's a must-have because I spend hours on the phone with companies like T-Mobile when I have problems, and I don't have a landline. So
I Yeah, I guess Dennis, you need it.
Yeah.
I guess unlimited. I wish I put like how many minutes do you need? Like
You should have broken up into some categories.
Yeah, I did that a little bit later with some of them. But how many minutes do you think you need per month if you were to estimate it?
I don't think they even keep track anymore. But if I had to take a guess, I probably spend about. If we're talking about my cell phone line, because remember I have a work phone behind me. If we're talking about my cell phone line, I probably spend on average maybe about 3,000 minutes.
That's a lot. I'm probably spending. Maybe I spend 10 hours on the phone, so I'd probably be.
Maybe that's 50 hours. Okay. Whatever like 30 hours would break down to is probably the amount of time I spend talking on my cell phone.
I'm probably like 10 hours tops. I feel like 600 minutes I'd be totally fine. Something like that. So I'm gonna say like nice to have, but could live without it, or don't care for this one. Like I'd probably be okay if I got a plan with 100 minutes. I would just try and use other methods, or even like Google Voice.
My problem is that I talk to my parents, and my mom, ironically enough, is a terrible texter. And my dad, he's actually decent. In fact, he actually can use emojis because Google Pixel, man, really smart.
That's awesome.
But it's much more efficient to talk to them via the phone, like just traditional phone. And then for my girlfriend, she is sometimes really bad at checking Facebook Messenger sometimes. So sometimes just calling her if it's something important, like, is the way to move. So for me, I do a lot of calling still. So yeah. I need to have it.
You need to have it. I would say nice to have, could live without it. I was reading the comments here. Eduardo, WhatsApp has never failed me. Neither has Facebook Messenger. Both are good for calling. Jonathan is saying used about 450 to 700 minutes on Verizon. Yeah, I'm totally fine with that. Nightcore, I spend 20 seconds on the phone. And it's usually by accident.
I mean, I'm just thinking about all the scam callers. I mean, that would probably eat up a minute or two every time you get a little scam call.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Because that's how they used to count it back in the day. Like, literally, if you got a call, it counted as like a minute. But ironically enough, more people are saying they need to have calling over texting at the moment, which is ironic.
Actually, let's refresh these. Yeah, 10 to it's pretty similar. I mean,
I didn't refresh the top one. That's why.
Yeah, yeah. It's interesting. I mean, I think we're used to having it, and it's nice not having to think about it. Like, being able to just pick up the phone and call someone is awesome. I know my mom had a limited plan on US Mobile before, and she's been cut off, and that's just like always awkward. And then, you know, if it's for an interview or something important, that's never good. Dennis, you've talked about client calls. Never want to have that. So I think it's I think it's good to have right now.
I just had a thought too, real quick, or I just had a hot take. Personally, I could get away with unlimited calling and texting because that's my phone being useful as a phone, and like a gig of data because Wi-Fi, right?
Yep, Wi-Fi is everywhere.
But here's my hot take: if you don't have unlimited minutes and unlimited texting, like even if I'm on Wi-Fi calling, it still counts against like my T-Mobile minutes, right? Same thing with like text. Even if I use like digits, still counts against my text bucket. So that's why for me, unlimited calling and texting is important. That's just my kind of hot take, unless you were going to rely on something like WhatsApp, but then it defeats the whole purpose of a cell phone type of deal.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. And, you know, I've actually recommended, like, if you're on a budget, get a plan with like a gig of data and then use Google Voice. And the calls only use like 1 megabyte, or maybe it's like 5 megabytes per hour or something like that. So it's plenty to suffice for that. And I actually do like some people in the chat. Carlos is saying what takes 1 minute max on a call takes 15 minutes on a text, with the back and forth chain, the re-explaining everything.
Oh, agree 100%. And there's so many times where text messages get misperceived, whether it be because of whether it be because of punctuation, or just because like you're not adding like emotes to the text, so, like the person might see on the mood versus like hearing my voice, my peppy, happy voice that you all come to hear all the time, right? Like, calls are great. Calls are good. Calls are efficient. The thing that's better than calling, though, is video calls, because then you actually get the facial expressions. And the thing that's better than that is talking in person. But calls are good. Calls are good, especially when you're driving.
I think, yeah, that's funny. I almost wish I grew up in a generation that was more open to phone calls. But
dude, you'll never know the days of having those late 2 a.m. calls with your girlfriend for like 4 hours on the phone,
nope.
and then freaking out if it was about past 6 a.m. because now you weren't in those unlimited family minutes when they
Like we gotta like wrap this up.
like I gotta call you at 2. We gotta call between 2 and 6, babe. That's when we can talk.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, let's move on, Dennis.
All right.
How important is unlimited data to you?
It's nice to have, but I could live without it.
Yeah, I could live with that. I almost want to say like don't care. I wish I put threshold. Like as we're going through these, I really like having the thresholds. It'd almost be better.
Yeah. Hey, lesson learned, man. Lesson learned. You kind of did this. To be fair,
yeah.
I'm not gonna give you any flack because you literally did this for fun. But you also didn't tell me, so I couldn't have came up with any of my cheeky Dennis ideas.
I tried to get some good questions in here.
No, you did good.
Like,
I'm just busting your chops, man. I'm just busting your chops. It's fine. But yeah, no, nice to have, but I could live without it. Like, actually,
I don't care.
Well, actually, I want to reword this. Actually, hold on a second. I don't want to go back to the days of overages where you pay like $15 per gig, and I don't want to have a hard shut off either because data is important for like other things outside of like iMessage, for example. Like you can't send an iMessage without any data, right? So like if it's like a slowdown, like 2G speeds, like what Mint does, cool, that's fine.
Yeah.
But if it's like a hard cap, like Red Pocket does, I believe, on some of their plans, or it's like an overage charge, then I absolutely need to have it because I don't want to have to do the mental math.
Oh my god, yeah, that's the worst. Like, wait, how much is this plan really? And then if I go over,
so what is your caveat? Clarify this for me before I make my vote, Stetson.
when I made unlimited data, I originally intended it to mean true like Magenta Max unlimited data.
Okay.
And because pretty much all the like it's actually hard to find a plan that doesn't have 2G data to some capacity. So I think with that stipulation, with like Mint Mobile 4 gig plan or 10 gig plan, and you get unlimited 2G after, I'm gonna say I don't care. Like I am perfectly fine with a limited data plan, and I could even be fine with like a 5 gig plan that completely shuts off. Like I just don't use that much.
I said nice to have but could live without, but I was just laughing really hard at what Sneed said. He was like, Dennis must have a legitimate home provider that actually invests in infrastructure and actually charges for service worth paying.
Oh,
Sneed,
man.
you are, I don't know. Yeah, I'd say you're right about that. I mean, I give Comcast their lumps, but their service does work, and I'm looking forward to Fios, which will very soon happen, and that will definitely be worth every single cent. So you are right, Sneed. I do have a provider worth paying for.
Yeah, it's funny. Interesting looking at the comments here. Brandon saying 25 gigs would probably be enough for me, but Brandon doesn't have internet this week, so nice to have unlimited. Brandon, I hope your internet gets up soon. Someone said, Nightcore, unlimited data is important. I live in an area where AT&T Wi-Fi is crap, so only cell service data is fast. That's really interesting. Like, I wonder how the importance of unlimited data would vary across the country in relation to the availability of high-speed internet.
I feel like if you're in the city, having unlimited data is not important, and the reason why is because A, you're likely going to have access to a good fiber provider or something fairly comparable or comparable, so you have good internet at your house. And then also when you're in the city, there's like a Starbucks or McDonald's on every corner offering free Wi-Fi. Companies like Comcast, if you're with them, they got their Wi-Fi hotspots. I mean, they're literally scattered all over downtown Pittsburgh. Stetson. Like, there's like these little things that just shows up as like Xfinity Wi-Fi, and you can connect for free. So Wi-Fi is pretty ubiquitously accessible if you're like in the city. You start getting in the suburbs, okay. Wi-Fi not so accessible. Makes sense. Rural America, it is a desert. You got your DSL out there, at which point you rather rely on your cell phone for your data. I mean, we saw the AT&T crazy speeds. I mean, the upload speeds were literally better than what I get here at the apartment. So
yeah, that's amazing. You bring up tons of great points. Stacy's commenting 30 gig minimum for him. Eduardo is actually bringing up an interesting point. The most popular card on Walmart is Straight Talk's $45 25 gig plan. So it's not as important as people think.
I mean, what was the survey study that said like like 25 gigs will cover like 90% of Americans' needs or something.
Yeah, it was 20 gigs, 82% of people's needs.
Gotcha.
So I actually have that on here. It's like way at the bottom though. Actually, no. Oh my God. It's the next one. Oh, yes. Previous Stetson who made this was thinking correctly. So yeah, now how much cellular data do you use each month on average?
So I've been using more in these recent months, but it was because I was intentionally
Going out of your way?
yeah, like I was intentionally using Carlos's epic Los mobile plan, and I was totally using it as a hotspot, which is definitely not, well, for Carlos's case, he said that's totally the use case, but like for your average day consumer, that's totally not the use case, I don't think. So I chewed through like over 20 gigabytes easily if we're talking about that. And then since I've went on Magenta Max, don't have to worry about staying under like the 2 gigs to get the extra savings. I just don't care anymore, and I just play like Netflix like 4K in the car or YouTube 4K in the car. So I've actually been using a pretty good amount of T-Mobile data as well. I think on this new cycle I'm already at like 7 gigs, which that is pretty healthy for me. Which people are laughing probably like 7 gigs on a Magenta Max plan. But you got to remember, I was used to trying to not use data to get that $10 kickback. But
Right. That's interesting. Yeah, how just the plan changed your usage. And I almost wonder that too. Like when I had on people from the .mobile, the Canadian MVNO, like the plans in Canada are so expensive. Like it naturally just curbs people's usage lower because they don't want to pay for it.
now I'm just trying to milk and maximize my premium plan,
like actually feel like you're getting your value out of it.
which I'm probably not, but it is. I'm probably not doing it right, but I'm sure one day it'll be worth it. But yeah, I'm gonna just say I probably average somewhere around that 5 to 10 gigabit range. I think that's realistic for me.
I like that. Albert DZ is saying I need unlimited data because I use LTE routers because I live in rural. We talked about that. You're probably over the 20 gig threshold for you. Austin is saying Magenta Max, but rare to use over 30 gigs. 30 gigs is high for me too, to be honest. Sneed is here, and it seems like the the SMT Nation is here as well. Let's see what people have to say. Eduardo, play more unlimited and use about 7.08 gigs so far out of 50 gigs. So you're still getting that premium experience. I think I'm comfortably in that 1.1 to 5 gig range.
I find that so surprising because, like, I remember when you did your test videos that you'd like throw your hotspot on for your little iPad. Like, you would think that you would think as a content creator you'd be using more backend for like Google Drive and stuff. But
I mean, Google Drive backs up everything, or Google Photos is backing up everything on Wi-Fi. So I like go out, I do stuff, I come home. Like my biggest data consumption is when I'm driving in the car and I'm streaming music over Spotify and I'm streaming Google Maps.
Wait, dude, wait, whoa. For the Google Photos thing, you don't have the setting turned on to backup over cell? You have it set just to backup over Wi-Fi?
No, because my plan switches out so frequently that I don't want it to like run through my personal Mint Mobile data or something like that.
Okay, because I have it backing up over the cell phone, so I'm just
You don't get, you're on Magenta Max. I mean, what I should probably do is get my personal setup configured. It dawned on me that this is actually embarrassing, but I had the unlimited US mobile plan. I was testing that out. I'm probably going to hop on it again or do something. But anyway, I was using that with Mint Mobile, loving it because I had T-Mobile and I had Verizon coverage. And then it dawned on me that I've been paying for a Verizon Play More unlimited plan. Like I literally have a premium plan that I could throw in my personal phone right now. And I was like, what am I doing? I should literally do that.
On a side note, though, I'm glad that you don't, because then I wouldn't be able to text you, and that would be bad, because you gave me your Mint number, right?
Yeah. But no, I have dual SIM, because Mint's now on eSIM, so I can rock both.
Big brain.
Big brain moves.
Yeah, I had that smooth monkey brain moment, okay? I was off the rails. But on a side note, though, real quick, don't you, when it came to testing the AT&T plans, right?
Yeah.
You're rocking 5 of them right now, right?
Oh, I've got so many. It's actually insane.
I have
7.
Have you been putting Los Mobile's line specifically through its paces?
I did, and then it got canceled. I actually need to get that fixed.
Oh, right. You did tell me that whenever you activated when you ordered your AT&T line, AT&T canceled your...
So somehow I gave AT&T the same IMEI number that I had on Los Mobile. And I think AT&T only allows one phone to be active on one plan in their system, right? So it was like Los Mobile AT&T or AT&T AT&T. And I think somehow that just like removed the Los Mobile line, and then I was able to get, so I've AT&T active. Los Mobile is MIA right now. I've got to go over to the Discord and try and get that sorted out. But
dude,
yeah,
AT&T being AT&T.
it's ridiculous. Like everyone wants to confirm my IMEI, like my Carlos Estec. Hit me up ASAP, dude. I will do it ASAP right after this stream.
But I was just gonna say that's like totally and only a Stetson would encounter moment. Like,
I know, like literally no one else would have this problem. Me, I was on the phone and she was like, super nice rep was like, I need an IMEI. And I was like, oh my God, like I haven't set up. The other phones literally weren't even set up. Like one was dead. And I was like, okay, I've got 2 here. Like I'll just use these 2, whatever. Because it doesn't matter. Once the plan is active, I can swap it in whatever phone I want. Oh no. Oh no.
You assumed, hold on a moment. You assume that AT&T, the carrier that sends you out a physical QR code to activate eSIM, would have the big brain moment to let you actually swap your eSIM plans out on the fly when it's convenient? You thought AT&T would let you do that.
Oh my God.
That's adorbs. No,
oh my God, dude. I have had the worst. I feel like this is almost, I don't want to get too off topic here. Like we haven't even moved on past like the 3rd poll. But their system is their system. Let me articulate this clearly. The AT&T website and AT&T prepaid website are absolute garbage. Their billing system is broken. I feel like their online account system is broken or hacked together. Like Dennis, I signed up for starter, extra, and 2 lines of elite. And my account, the extra plan doesn't even say it's on extra. My bill says I have 2 starter lines and 2 elite lines. I'm just like blown away. Like, what is happening?
Yeah, that sounds like my experience.
Dennis is just like smiling, laughing. Yep, I've been an AT&T customer for years now, and that sounds right about normal.
On a side note, before we move on, I do just want to address the super chat we got from Albert Teasy. He asks, Dennis, on Los Mobile, did you have any issues with gaming? I know AT&T has a strict NAT, which causes problems party gaming. So I did do a little bit of testing with Los Mobile for gaming. My overall experience was basically it was playable. This is the word I would use. It was playable. Basically, like if you were like, let's just say you were rocking a Nintendo Switch, right? You have it in your backpack, you're at the airport, boom, perfect. Run your Switch on that puppy, play some Mario Kart, you're cool and you're great. Now, if you're trying to play like an esports title, like some Overwatch, your latency, again, it's usable, but because of the very nature of like how LTE is, you're going to have some jitter. You're going to have a little bit of rubber band and some ping spikes that happen here and there. What's more important in gaming is not capacity, because it's clear that AT&T has that. It's a consistent, reliable latency. And for that, if that's your main focus, you're much better off like using your cable provider's internet like Comcast. I get a consistent low ping that's below like 10 milliseconds running to their server, and generally average about 38 milliseconds on like Overwatch. Or like a fiber provider, even better yet. Generally, fiber tends to have lower latency. Those would be your 2 big types of internet you would want for gaming, in my personal opinion. In the same way, I wouldn't advise someone to use Starlink for gaming, unless that was their best viable option. Hopefully that helps.
Carlos is also chiming in. They can fix it with static IP service to fix that. And Mark on UTV is suggesting a gaming VPN that and bridge connection to get a moderate NAT. So
yeah, in regards to NAT, I just want to say that real quick. I was, to be clear, I was testing on PC where NAT really isn't an issue. Older games like Call of Duty still rely on NAT type protocols and stuff like that, but when you're playing like esport titles like Overwatch, they don't rely on NAT. You're connecting to like a dedicated server, so didn't run into that specific issue with my testing because I just don't play a lot of games that are like that, or at least I didn't when I was doing that testing. But Carlos says he has a fix, which is awesome. And that was my personal experience with it. Basically, it was decent. I wouldn't say it was better than a traditional option that's out there for like fixed internet, but it was doable.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna vote 5.1 to 10. And I realized because I've had to upgrade my Mint Mobile plan twice now, and so I'm like cheating myself. I'm pretty close to in there. But sometimes if I do testing, I go over. I don't know. I'm gonna go this. I'm gonna vote. What do we get? Wow, a lot of responses. This is fascinating. Dennis, 40% over 20 gigabytes.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, if the people are watching this, I mean, they're probably in that niche, right? Like we get a lot of people that are super passionate about their cell phones, so they're probably rocking and using the most premium stuff, or at the very least, they're using a lot of data. They're relying on it.
Yeah, I guess so. I love the enthusiasm. I love the data usage. I'm in like the 2 category. That's amazing.
I love how there was no one that voted for 0 to 1.
0 to 1 gig. Yeah, yeah. We've got like who was really low usage? Like Tang. No Tang subscribers out there? All right. How important is having priority data to you?
Well, you skipped over hotspot.
Did I?
Yes.
I don't think so.
There's a question. Oh, I skipped over. Oh.
You skipped over priority data.
Oh, sorry.
Aha. Oh-huh.
Okay.
All right. I'm putting the link back in the chat. This is the website link. It's got all the poll questions on it. If you're watching this right now, take a moment, have some fun, head on over there, cast your vote. How important is having priority data to you? Dennis, go.
Absolute must.
Wow. Not even, no hesitation. Absolute must.
I would rather have less data that's priority than be on something like Essentials where I get all the data I want but no priority at all. Because, as I've told you with my experience with, say, T-Mobile in certain areas, unlimited means nothing if the speeds are unusable for when I want to use it. So I'd rather have lower quantity of usable data that's priority than no priority at all. So must have for me.
I'm going to go with... I've decided I don't like my wording on this, but I'm probably going to go with, like, don't care. I've been literally deprioritized that Mint for years. I've been deprioritized, I think, on all my plans for years, and it doesn't matter to me. Like,
I feel like it's perspective, though. It's kind of like once you've delved into the sweet sin of priority data, you can't go back. It's very noticeable, right? Like, with certain networks, it doesn't matter as much. AT&T seems to be, like, the most lenient, just because they have so much raw capacity. But if you're on Verizon, come on, bro. Deprioritize Verizon, you might as well just throw your phone at a wall.
Where I've lived, I think I just haven't lived in the cities, and it's been fine for me. Like, I'm in the suburbs, the outskirts. Capacity is fine. Speeds are fine. I get, like, data works for me. My speeds are great. Like, I don't know. Like, I just haven't needed it. So I'm going don't care on this.
Sneed hashtag team no Wi-Fi. Brother, what's going on with your Verizon? You got that home Verizon Wi-Fi going on, running off that sweet LTE in your market?
Actually, that's a good question. Like, Sneed, why run off Los Mobile when you could be running off Verizon? Is Los Mobile just better? AT&T better in your house? Hashtag team no Wi-Fi. Hector, using those emojis. I really wish StreamYard would allow to pull the emojis in there.
Yeah, I'm going to throw in my own little custom emote since I subscribed as well.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. Stethoscope. No, get out of here. Boom.
On a side note, by the way, as we go towards the end, we should definitely show them some of the rough sketches at
Products. The end. Sneed is giving you a thumbs up for that. Yeah, so, I mean, I think this is pretty... It seems like about 50%. Like, if you add in the people who don't care with the people who think are, like, nice to have but could live without it, I'd say it's about 50-50, you know? A lot of people want it, and their markets totally understand and respect that. I would rather save money on prepaid. That's my motto here. Let's keep going. Let's keep this poll going. How important is having hotspot support to you?
I'd say it's a feature I don't use frequently, but when I need it, I absolutely need it, if that makes sense. I.e., like, if Comcast internet goes down, I need hotspot, then no ifs, ands, ors about it. Like, so for me, it's a must-have.
I'm with you, Dennis. Like, I don't use it that frequently, but it is so helpful to dodge and avoid crappy, slow hotel Wi-Fi. I think I'm going to need to have it. Or, like, I need to have the option for it. Yeah,
unsecure hotel Wi-Fi is very sketchy. So that's also another good reason. It's just... I don't need a lot of it, but I need to have it. Like,
need to have it. Wow, this is actually interesting. Nice to have, but could live without it. It seems, again, about 50-50, you know?
Did you need to refresh it? No, wait. Yeah, it's 19. Whoa, it's a majority. 19 say I need to have it.
Well, I'm adding in the don't care. 18,
Mm.
this is 18 versus 19. So like 19 people need it. 18 people are like, yeah, it's nice to have, but I could live without it, or they don't care. So they could live without it anyway. So it's like that's fascinating. Oh, Stefan coming in clutch. Very important on long trips with the kids in the backseat watching Netflix. No one wants to be carrying around DVDs like it's the 90s.
Does don't don't a lot of like newer smart cars come with like hotspot baked into them? Like, don't you like add like a plan and like they have like their own Wi-Fi?
You might need to like pay for that because I think Verizon sells like connected car plans. I don't really know.
I thought like I swear to God, like I thought it was like something along the lines of like you pay for like if you get into a wreck, it calls 911 for you, and then like entailed with that is like it comes with like Wi-Fi and stuff for your car. And yeah, there's a cost to it, but like I thought there was like something.
My car is from 2010. I'm not there yet.
Oh, I'm not there yet. Either. I'm not. I was about to talk like Pittsburgh. I'm a Yinzer, but okay. I'm not there either. But I just thought that was something that was kind of coming along. Yeah, AT&T has them built in. I thought so. Okay, yeah.
AT&T has them built in. AVG Indian Dad reviews. Cheaper to use the $20 US Mobile on iPad line for Netflix. Yeah, I completely agree with that. US Mobile is the bomb diggity. Brady is saying, nah, I don't need hotspot, but if a carrier offers it when another doesn't, then I might lean towards one with the hotspot. That's interesting. People like having access to features.
How about I hit you with the next question, though, Stetson?
Hit me, Dennis.
How important is having international data to you?
Oh, man. This is rock bottom. This is 0 for me. Do not care.
I also do not care.
The reason I do not care is you can get international eSIM plans right now way cheaper, way better than what the carriers are offering.
Let me follow up to that for you. The reason I don't care is because it is more efficient to buy a travel SIM when you're in that respective country's place that you're visiting, so you actually get like priority data on the network versus using T-Mobile's or other domestic carriers roaming, where it literally routes the data back to a U.S. server, which increases latency dramatically, and you get so much reduced performance. So do not care at all. It's nice that T-Mobile does it, but literally could not care less.
Yeah. I actually some interesting people in the comments here. Yep. Mark on UTV. It's better to buy directly. Correct. Yeah, 100%. And we've got Eduardo, just a month or two on Google Fi for that purpose. Yeah, totally agree.
No, get U.S. Cellular's
U.S. Mobile.
Or U.S. Mobile, excuse me. U.S. Mobile's international roaming. It's like $10, right? You act as an eSIM. As soon as you land in the country, it gets rocking and rolling, right? It's something like that.
Yeah. It depends on like how much data you want, but the plans are like, I think $5 to $15 to $20 or something like that. And yeah, that's definitely the move. Like sign up with the carrier that's local in the country you're visiting, or do an eSIM plan. I think international eSIM is here way, way better than the garbage plans that you're getting from like Verizon and AT&T.
Question though, do you count the unlimited texting in that as well though? Because that is actually useful.
I haven't used it and I wouldn't count it. I was specifically wondering about data for this one.
Okay, and the reason I asked is because unlimited texting is useful when I'm abroad, because when I'm talking to people domestically back in the U.S., that's still a good way to communicate.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Yeah. Not everyone's gonna switch over to WhatsApp or whatever just to talk with you.
Oh, you had a follow up, and that you actually read my mind. How important is having data roaming in Canada and Mexico to me? I've never been to Canada and Mexico, but I really want to go. So I'm gonna say nice to have, but I could live without it.
Yeah, I'm kind of there too. Like, it's easier to have a plan when you're going to Canada or Mexico. It's easier to have a plan that just has that baked in than I feel like it is to try and like sign up. But again, with eSIM, like,
well, no, Canada's pricings are pretty garbage, as we quickly found out.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going with you. I'm going nice to have, but I could live without it. Like, I have lived without it. I don't need it, but like that would be really nice to have.
How important is international calling to you, Stetson?
Is that what's next?
Yeah.
Zip. Do not care. I don't even think we should be using international calling.
Dude, the rates are terrible. It's like 50 cents a minute.
I think, Dennis, what we should do is we should just all use WhatsApp or like get on some bandwagon. Like if your friends are over there, it's just ridiculous.
Listen, I'm okay. I'm okay with Facebook having my data. If we could just all get on like WhatsApp, let's just join the world, use WhatsApp. I'm down for that. Personally, I prefer Facebook Messenger, just because it doesn't require you to give out like a phone number like WhatsApp does from the app.
Yeah. You can just search and like connect with people.
But yeah, either or. WhatsApp is usable to me. Facebook Messenger is usable to me. Let's move on to something different. AT&T charges $3 of international calls. My goodness.
My God.
And you had a follow-up. You had how important is international texting to me? That is I need to have. That is actually
I'm surprised. I don't care about this one. Like I've never used it and probably won't need it.
Dude, when I travel, first off, when I fly, my parents, they want to hear a nice little text from me like when I touch down. They want to know I got safely. And then also, the world still keeps turning in the U.S. So with work and stuff, like when I went to Korea, I was still a manager at some place, and I'm not going to name the name of the place because then you guys will know where I'm from or specifically was living and stuff. But, I'd get texts from like my employees saying like, hey, our point of sale is down. What's the number for so-and-so from Verifone so we can get in contact and get a tech out to get this fixed, right? Like I need those texts. I can't because if I put in if I use the SIM that comes from the provider, I'm going to have a totally different number, not be able to text someone stateside, right?
Right, yeah.
So that's why texting is important.
I would say like it's important if you're using like Airbnb and you want to be able to message the host, but even then, often Airbnb has communication methods directly within the app, and you can use email. So, yeah, for me, it was I don't need it. Like I'd rather use the other apps. Yeah, Mo, I'm with you. iPhone user, don't need unlimited texting. All I need is iMessage. Oh, here's a spicy one. Algo picante. How important is being able to finance your device with monthly installments to you?
Through the carrier or in general?
This is in general. I mean, I guess when
Samsung
I wrote
offers financing, and so does Apple.
Yeah, when I wrote it, I was thinking through the carrier. Like you would pick a carrier with financing over one without. But yeah, I don't know. Let's go carrier because
that makes it harder. Yeah.
With Apple, yeah, it's a harder decision, and Apple's card is sometimes restricted. You have to have a pretty good credit score to sign up, and I think that's how they're doing their financing. So yeah, let's do carrier only. Like, how important is it?
Don't care because I don't want the carrier bloat on Android.
Oh my God.
And
high five, Dennis. High five.
And as we already know, we are unlocked brethren. We love our unlocked phones, so that way we can take advantage of things like Los Mobile on a whim, or pop in Mint Mobile's glorious like free trial that they were doing, or whatever else we want to do. So
100%. I think.
Plus, it's not even a good deal. It's not even a good deal to finance.
You still end up paying the full price of the phone. Like you're not getting a discount on the phone. Like. Oh my God. All right, Grizzlegor's with us. I like my own devices. Me too. It's important. Interesting. Mark on UTV, liking the financing options. I can respect that. Stacy coming in with a solid nope. This is interesting. Jay's Animations. I wish they had 6-month, 12-month, 24-month financing options.
AT&T did something like that when they first rolled out their. I think they called it AT&T Next. I think is what they call it. But they spelled it like NZ,
Next Up or something like that. Yeah.
They spelled it like NZNT though, or something like that. And they had like 12, 18, and 24 and 36 months, I believe. It was like 12, 18, 24, and 36.
And I think T-Mobile had something too with their Jump. It was like you could upgrade more frequently.
Literally as much as you pretty much wanted on their old school Jump plan, pretty much.
Wow. Mark on UTV coming in clutch. AT&T Next correct. Props to you, Dennis, with that memory.
I take pride in it. But...
Mark on you. It's important to me. I wouldn't be able to afford my device otherwise, Stetson. I can respect that. I would consider...
sorry.
Well, I would say I would consider getting a more affordable device, like used on Swappa, Unlocked. Like, if you can't afford your device, Mark, like I would encourage you to try and get something that's lower cost and save money and really build that wealth. If you're buying something you can't afford, I don't know. I would just feel stressed in that situation.
Yeah, you kind of stole my thunder a little bit, but I was kind of going on that same train of thought. The reason why I don't like financing is because look, people are people. They're adults. They do what they want with their money, and most people are smart and can game financing in a way that's behooving to them. But I know a lot of people in my life where they will buy the brand new shiniest iPhone 12 Pro Max and end up in a situation where they're behind an 8-ball, especially because they don't factor in the fact that now they're paying a premium on that AT&T postpaid plan just to finance that beautiful phone, right? Whereas they could have got a gently used last year's model off of Swappa that you always talk about for like way cheaper, and then picked like a more affordable like AT&T prepaid annual plan and been in much better shape, right? And they still would have got that Apple iPhone experience for the most part. You know what I mean? I don't know. Financing, it's not really a great deal most of the time. There's rare exceptions. I mean, there was those really aggressive promos we saw recently from AT&T. There was the whole break it thing that Verizon was doing. Those were pretty okay.
Dude, they're enticing to get a free phone. Like, I would love that. But even when I signed up for AT&T myself, I decided not to do it. Like, it's not worth getting locked into something. It'll cost me less money to be able to cancel. So that's what I'm all about. Yeah, let's see. And people are with us on that. And Dennis, like, as we talked about, the finance agreements actually got longer and longer, and it's like the new contract. So
it is it's the new way to get you sticky.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, how important is eSIM support, man?
Oh, man.
I'm going to just be straight up. As much as I love it, the carriers, for the most part, have been botching it anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to say, don't care.
Only iPhone
is doing it right now right. I mean, Pixel as well, but that's it. So, Mr. Samsung, your favorite phone. Yeah, I'm still rocking 2 phones. And honestly, I've gotten to the point now where, like, I'm so used to having 2 phones and having both OSs that even if I could have both my main numbers on one phone, I don't know if I would. Like,
yeah, I hear you, Dennis. I'm like, I didn't need it, but now that I have it, it's like incredible and it's super helpful. Like for reviewing, I can literally pop a SIM card in my main phone, use the data off that, and like test it out as I'm going.
Dude, the only thing that's good about it is that flexibility to actually cycle through multiple. So, like, the reason why I like eSIM is because you can have the primary, then you can have, like, a secondary backup phone, and then when you're traveling, you can have that third one you can switch around really quick, like.
Yeah.
That's real useful, but honestly, you know what would be even better? 2 physical SIMs. Wow,
oh my
crazy
God.
idea.
Oh, my God. Dennis, that is my dream.
It's almost like they do that in, like, I don't know, Asia in general, like India and China.
I know, Dennis, when the iPhone 10 came out and it had 2 physical SIM card slots, I like almost wanted to import one from China just to get that. Like, that is such a mouth-watering feature. Oh my gosh.
Dude, and wait, even crazier idea. What if they had 2 physical SIMs and eSIM?
Or 2 eSIMs. Like, what's holding us back? Like, this thing is built into the logic board, right? Can't we just, like, throw another one on there?
Dude, honestly, let's just get to the point where, like, Apple, they talk about room to headphone jack because of, like, innovation and pride and all that jazz to make space. Apple, you're the trendsetter that always changes the industry, right? Remove SIM cards entirely. Only eSIM.
Yeah, that would not work. That'd be a no-go for me.
What you wouldn't be down for Apple pulling the SIM tray, like no more SIM tray?
I wouldn't be able to use like all of the prepaid plans I sign up for.
It would force the prepaid plans to support eSIM or go out of business, which is progress.
It is progress.
But okay, how important is Wi-Fi calling to me? This is definitely by far and away one of the most important features to me. Like literally. When T-Mobile was like one of the first to adopt this, I was jazzed and pumped because there is so many places where cell phone coverage, regardless of how good they're densely packed in the area they are, just doesn't reach because of the structure of the building. So Wi-Fi calling is a must-have for me.
I think it's nice to have. I have it, but like I could also live without it. So that's what I'm.
Also, Ethan, thank you for the super chat, my man. He says the carriers need to add a UI where customers can activate their own eSIM. Having to call or chat ruins the experience.
Yes, Ethan. Yes.
T-Mobile does let you do it through the app though, and
it's like tricky though, Dennis, because I don't know if it's possible. And you're welcome to correct me if I'm mistaken here. I don't know if it's possible to activate directly on eSIM. Like when I had T-Mobile, I could switch.
Oh, gotcha.
Right?
No, yeah, gotcha. Yeah, you had to get the physical SIM and and then you could switch it over to eSIM once you popped it. I
Yeah.
gotcha.
So I
But
don't know.
Mint
But
Mobile got it down.
oh, they have it on lock. They're like next gen. I don't. It's like hurts my mind a little bit that the major carriers haven't figured this out, and the little guy like Mint has a fox as a logo.
Let's get tinier. Los got it figured out.
Oh yeah, Los is insane. Los is insane. You know what? We should almost have Carlos on for a podcast. Talk about it. Los Mobile with him.
Yeah.
See what's going down.
Yeah.
What's
I'm
going
sorry,
on?
and I'm sorry if I keep bringing up Los. I really respect what Carlos is doing. Like I'm Mr. like an AT&T because they're strong in my market, and what Carlos is doing, I'm an incredible believer, and I'm very passionate about the fact that he's offering a premium option on AT&T's network, which is very rare, as we saw by the limited MVNO options out there. So that's why I keep getting the props to Los.
Unfortunately, AT&T is just like, in my apartment, it's not good. And the places I go to, it's not good. But when I'm driving around, it'll hit like over 100 megabits per second down. So it's like,
oh, dude, at my new house, when I was waiting in like the parking lot, I was pulling like 300 meg there as well.
Oh my god,
300
insane,
down and like I think 300 down, like 75 up or something like that. But anywho, how important is having visual voicemail to you, Stetson?
Wait, let's pull. I just want to give me a couple seconds and we'll go to that. Wait, that's not. Wi-Fi calling is a must. Nothing worse than terrible calls. I have no need for Wi-Fi calling. It's important. It seems like good split here. Good split. And I want to give a shout out and thank you to Quantum Vortex for the, what is this, a sticker, a chat, super chat. Love the vids. I'm on T-Mobile One Plus plan. It's a great plan to be on. And also thank you to R. Paul Merrill for the support. And let's move on, everybody. Visual voicemail.
This is definitely a must-have because Stetson.
Wow.
Well, Stetson, if you didn't have it, you'd have to call in and listen to the robot. Please press 1 if you'd like to listen to your voicemail. Please enter your PIN whenever you're ready. You have 13 unread messages. Like, do you really want to deal with that? Whereas you could literally look at your visual voicemail and be like, okay, these are like 10
spam.
Right. And you can see the little text transcription and not even have to listen to it to get a pretty decent idea of what the call was about.
I could live without it. I mean,
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
I'm,
Do you know
I'm
how
not
much
kidding.
time you would waste in a day listening to your voicemail?
Well, I don't get calls, Dennis. Like, that's the thing. So it's just like I just have to see who called and then like call them back and I'm fine.
I'm getting like 30 calls a day because of this house. I couldn't imagine trying to listen to this voicemail.
I get like 30 calls a day because I have like 10 different phone numbers that are all active and they're all recycled numbers. I can live without it.
I don't even know how many contacts I have anymore over the years. I honestly, I know you're going to like have your mind blown for a second, but I'm pretty sure I have like over 2,000 contacts saved in this phone.
Wow. That's like more people than I know.
Between recruiters and other people I've met throughout my days, college, classes, and everything else, like there is a lot of numbers in here. And a lot of people text and call me because that is the common denominator, the lowest common denominator of communication. But anywho, Brady said once they got visual voicemail, they couldn't go back.
It is really nice, but I've lived without it before, so I know I'm fine.
I've also lived without it, and I wanted to hurt myself every time I dealt with that voicemail. Like, I hate that robot.
P. Antonio's with me. I could go without it too. I think it just depends like how many calls you get. So, all right, let's keep going.
Cool.
HD streaming. Dennis, how important is HD streaming to you?
Must have.
Wait.
Are you
Must
surprised?
have?
Are you surprised I'm saying that?
Did you say must have or nice to have?
No, must have.
Wow.
Are you
I'm not really that surprised. No.
Okay. I was going to say, because, dude, I mean, look, fancy $1,000 phone with the most beautiful screen in the world. Do you really think I want to be watching in a crappy 480p? And
that's how you get the best experience.
And set aside the resolution, the more pressing matter is it's not like they're just capping the resolution magically. They're throttling the speed to 1.5 megabits per second, which is inherently making it so that I'm going to not be able to like drag and through the buffer wheel on like YouTube to skip to where I want to be at like that. I'm going to have like a lot of buffering to deal with, right?
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm like, I don't watch content on my phone. I don't really watch content when I'm out and about. That's the truth. Like if I'm streaming something, I need audio only. Like I'm fine.
Dude, I spent an hour today because I got earlier than I was supposed to be, just sitting in the parking lot watching YouTube, waiting.
Wow. I'm going don't care on this one. I think for me personally, like I as a content creator, I just love to watch videos in the best quality possible, and that is oftentimes on my iMac or on my phone. So
Stetson, hot take here.
Yeah.
What about if, let's just say, put yourself in the viewer's shoes. You know, you're chiming in the best phone plans. Don't you want to at least be able to see our beautiful faces in 720p and actually make out what's on the screen of the after show when you're trying to watch it on your phone?
Well, I specified HD as being 1080p or 4K. So,
well, I assume that if it's not that, it's 480p, which is what I presumed.
I don't know. 720p is in this weird gray area because Verizon has it on their plans. No one else does 720p. Let's see.
Look, 720p I can live with, 480p I cannot.
480p is pretty bad, but I just don't watch enough content on my phone for it to matter to me.
I don't know. I'm sticking to I need to have it because, yeah.
Yeah. All right. HD streaming on Wi-Fi. Yeah. Oh, Brady, use ExpressVPN. Yeah, if you use a VPN, you get around that. So kind of interesting. I can live with or without HD streaming. I respect that. Or Paul Merrill. Yes, anytime I will put Marquez's on 4K, my internet, and 8K doesn't make sense.
Dude, honestly, 8K on YouTube is foolish anyway because of the compression. Although I will just say, I was looking at the 8K TVs, and this is a hot take real quick. I was looking at the 8K TVs at Best Buy, and I think they look worse than 4K TVs.
That is a hot take. I wonder if it's because they're playing like 4K content and upscaling it or something.
Maybe, but I was thinking it had more to do with the lighting and the back panel. Just due to there being
yeah, 100%. Like color is so much more important, and yeah, there's so much more that goes into it.
And that's my hot take on that real quick. Anyway, basically, 8K content's non-existent for all intents and purposes. We barely just got into the point where 4K has become accessible enough to be beneficial. And
I would even say HDR at 1080p is more important than 4K.
I would agree to that up to a certain caveat extent, in which that at a certain size, 4K does matter.
Yeah.
I would say around the 65 to 55 inch territory is when 4K.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess size, yeah. Well, I was listening to a podcast today, and I think, what was he saying? It was something related to resolution. It was like a 1080p signal with like good color. Yeah, I don't know. It depends. It's crazy. Resolution is crazy.
But how?
And to clarify, I do stream 4K at home. Like this is just over cellular. Like I just don't do that.
Yeah, but at home I do stream 4K anytime it's available.
Yep. All right, 5G access. How important is having 5G access to you?
Not at all.
Wow. I'm gonna say hot take on T-Mobile. I think it's more important because I think their 5G coverage is actually improved in some markets. Like you get coverage where you may not have had it before.
Yeah, but that's just an excuse for them having a trash LTE network.
That's also true. I would say for me, T-Mobile is a yes, and thankfully all their plans do, so it's almost like it doesn't really matter. Well, and on AT&T and Verizon, it's like it doesn't matter because their 5G is DSS right now, and that is terrible. And then you get
let me just reverse this hot take real quick. If T-Mobile decided to actually take the resources they're putting into 5G and had done that properly with LTE, let's just say they threw on band 41 for LTE, I guarantee you, with the exception of the lower latency, you'd be seeing very similar performance within 10 to 15%.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with that. So I don't know. Like I'm gonna nice to have, but live without it.
Yeah.
I'm a nerd, so I love it. You know?
I love it. I know it's the future, but I wouldn't pay extra for it.
I agree with that. Okay, this is good. What network are you using for coverage right now?
All of them?
I am using all of them. Do I put other? don't know.
Don't know. How do you not know?
I don't know. I just put it there. Maybe some people don't know. Oh, we've got some. Kevin, which service do you think is better in terms of speed, US Mobile or Visible?
No brainer, US Mobile.
100%. And that is to do with the ping times and latency. Visible has 2 servers, one in Colorado, one in New Jersey. They need to route all network traffic to one of those 2 servers. And that just causes a bunch of latency, and that can create a perceived experience of slower speeds. Even if you start a speed test, the consistent speeds will end up being pretty similar. But yeah.
And for the sake of this vote, even though I have all of them, I'm going to pick the one that I use most frequently, which is the Android phone, in which case is T-Mobile.
T-Mobile. So, yeah, I'm going T-Mobile as well on this one. That's my personal line.
It is the one that you text me on.
And I will say T-Mobile coverage in my area, I've decided is the best. It's the best.
It's not the best. It's just that T-Mobile's the most friendly with Android phones. Hence... because I prefer Android, I end up using T-Mobile because, we had this discussion before with AT&T, right? How fickle they are, right? With things
my goodness.
With like HD calling. I mean, there was that whole scandal with Cricket recently, and voice over LTE, and all the bloatware that AT&T has, and they're the slowest to work out updates in general on Android. They're always like dead last with updates, like Android and stuff. So
Mark's on Verizon. That's different. I don't know what that means.
Let's put Mo's question in our back pocket. I'm just gonna paste it to you in the private chat of this so I can remember that for later.
Okay. T-Mobile, yeah, dude. I got N41 in my apartment right now, and it's insane. Like the upgrades T-Mobile has been doing in my market have been awesome, and I love it.
I also thought I muted myself. I'm sorry.
Yeah, just that is sneezing as loud as possible into the microphone.
I
Can we
tried
get that on
clicking,
replay.
I tried clicking the mute button. It did not pan out.
Brady coming in with some details. US Mobile, Brady's getting like 30 ping. Visible, it was over 100 plus here in Oregon, just for context. My flatmate's thinking of moving to Oregon, Brady. So I don't know. Maybe we'll be out there soon, but that's awesome.
Oh, we're on the last question already.
Yeah, we breezed through it. How much do you spend on your cell phone bill? Oh my god,
61 or more per month, easy.
I mean, my personal one is actually 0 to 15 because I'm on Mint's cheapest plan right now, and with some referral credits, it went down. But the business with all the lines I just signed up for AT&T. I mean, Dennis, AT&T is their bill estimator put me at like $178 a month.
That sounds right.
And then I got AT&T prepaid, which was like $60. Cricket was like $60 as well. Red Pockets in there for like $35.
I mean, I'm gonna make this easy. $145 on Magenta Max, and like $175 on AT&T Elite. Well, to be fair, I'm not actually really paying the Elite. I'm paying it for my parents, but they're like reimbursing me. So like,
yeah.
Because they don't do auto pay. I got that set up on my card because they.
Oh, I got it. So it's like, yeah. I don't know. My personal one's pretty cheap, but like my actual cell phone spend, I think last year was like $185 a month or something like that.
I mean, even if I was on my old OnePlus plan, I was still at the $75 mark, which is above your low bar that you set.
I know. I set it really low. I was kind of curious. Maybe I should have done more, but
I definitely feel like I'm curious to know what the average cell phone bill is, but if I had to take a guess, I'm going to say the average cell phone bill is probably above your highest that you said. It's probably like
I respectfully disagree because I think most lines are on family plans, and I think that cost per line, like I would guess around 45 or 48 a month.
Yeah, but the way you worded the question was cell phone bill like overall. So if it's a family plan of 4.
Oh shoot, this is per line, guys. Per line.
Well, Stetson, if you're doing the per line thing, then it's like, I don't know, 45 a line. What? But no, Magenta Max, like $60 a line in my case.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. But, I mean, you're in the right tier anyway.
I probably did the math wrong, but
that's fine. Brady says his girlfriend and I are on US Mobile now. We pay $30 for unlimited everything each. That is a sweet deal. $20 US Mobile. Charlie, $120 for 4 lines. Yeah, I should have put per line. That was a miss on my part, but that's okay. And that's it.
I mean, hey, you know what, Stetson? Don't beat yourself up. This was really dope, and it was a good idea. And I'm always happy to see big brain Stetson coming up with some quirky
Oh, this is fun.
things.
Dennis, we got so many more answers than all the previous ones.
I know. I think it's because it's a mix of the ad show being so casual, and we just got an incredible turnout from everybody today. Like, thank you everyone that's been here so far. By the way, like you guys are awesome. Um, I
Wait,
kind of. Oh,
well, you had said to pocket that chat, the best 4K smart TV.
yeah.
Want to jump back to that, or what else you got planned?
Yeah, I was going to touch on that quick question real quick, but I really wanted to kind of do an unveiling of the sketches that you were showing me from a couple days ago.
Yes.
And I know we got a lot of people in the podcast that were saying we should like react to that infomercial together. I kind of want to react to maybe one of the infomercials, not both, but
Yeah,
one.
that's kind of a lot. Let's hear that.
But let's answer Mo's question first. So he asked us basically, well, he directed it to me, what's the best 4K smart TV? Now, I feel like it's subjective. Or
Yeah,
that's
so here's the thing. We have to define best. Are you looking for best picture quality, best price to performance ratio? Are you looking for like best sound, overall best, or like the creme de la creme, top of the line, flagship?
Because that's
best.
because like even my TV that's like flagship, I mean, you can get more expensive. I mean, it's like a boat, man. You can spend $20,000 if you want. Like it can get pretty wild out there. But yeah, I mean, it comes down to preference, right? Like first you got to ask yourself, like, what do you want your TV experience to look like? For me, I prefer Google Chromecast, like Android TV, like that experience. So I didn't want, I wanted to stay away from a Samsung TV because I don't like Tizen. I don't like that experience. And I've had a poor experience with Roku, so I definitely didn't want to go for TCL, with Roku baked in because, the whole Roku Ultra debacle.
Yep. I'm going. This is a Reddit post, and it's a TV buying guide. Tons of great content in there. I used that when I was making my television buying decision myself. That's how I landed on my Sony TV. And yeah, I mean, look, if you're getting a TV, I think TCL is probably some of the best bang for your buck. My
Best
TCL
budget.
panel died on me, and thankfully it was within a return window. I was able to return it to Best Buy. But yeah, I mean, I think it just depends. And the lifespan of your TV too. Like when I think of my parents, they've had their TV for like 15 years at this point. So when I was buying my TV, I bought one that was like the best I could afford, was in my budget, and I'm hoping it'll last me like them 10 to 15 years. Dennis is like 6 years, and that's totally fine. He loves his TV and getting the best of the best.
I posted a link to Best Buy. This was the TV that would be like one of the spiritual successors to like what you and I have, Stetson, right? I think I clicked on the right one, the X90J, right?
I think so. That sounds right.
Yeah, so like it's a full-array LED, which is good. It's got good lighting, and it's pretty good price to performance for what you're getting. Like it's on sale right now at Best Buy, $1,300. That to me is like really good TV. You're gonna have a very pleasant experience. You're not gonna really notice that much of a difference. I mean, you'll notice some. If you're looking hard enough, you'll notice there's been like an AMOLED or something like that. But this is going to produce very good color for you. In fact, LED actually has some perks actually to AMOLED to a certain extent. Like one of the drawbacks of AMOLED, that's a fun fact if you didn't know this, is if you point like a light directly at it, like say like your smartphone's light, it's going to show up on the screen because there's no backlit. There's no backlit panel. The guy was showing me at the store. So like if you're in like a really not dark living room, you're gonna have some terrible screen glare. In which case, having this LED isn't bad. The light will kind of come in together.
Yeah, and I think the other thing too is you have to take into mind brightness. Like my TV is in our living space, and like there's a huge window here. There's like another window up there. Like it's super bright midday. And so when I was looking at TVs, and you also have to take into consideration size. My choice was basically I ended up spending about $1,600 on my TV. And my choice was between spending like $1,600 on a 55-inch OLED with a little bit less peak brightness, but epic contrast ratios. Or I could spend the $1,600 on a 65-inch TV that was LCD, still great color accuracy, great picture, significantly brighter. And so I went with the brighter option because that was the better one for my living space. And because we sit so far back, I wanted the larger 65 inches as opposed to the 55.
Speaking of TV, Stetson, you have the X900H, if I'm right?
950H.
Okay, because I was going to say the X900H, which was like last year's model, is like even cheaper. It's like $1,000.
Yeah.
Spot on.
It's really good too.
But when it comes to TVs, I'm a big fan of Sony's TVs. I've been converted. Generally speaking, there seems to be they're pretty well known for their displays. But there's other things you got to look at too besides the panel. Like if you're a gamer, you're going to want to look for a TV that has support for HDMI 2.1.
And the variable refresh too.
Yeah, because 2.1 is important for the high refresh rate hertz. It's also important, by the way, if you're one of those people that likes to hook in external Roku Ultra, for example, so you can have support for HDR content and that kind of thing from your Roku device or your fancy Apple TV if you're one of those Apple TV lovers. If you're big on surround sound, I'm getting my first surround sound system, you're gonna want a TV that at least has one HDMI port that has support for EARC. Don't ask me what that stands for, but I know it has to do with lower latency, so the sound and audio plays properly.
It's audio return channel. I don't know what the E stands for. I'm forgetting that right now.
But maybe you're someone that doesn't want to pay for cable, and having support for an antenna is important to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, lots of reasons, lots of different. It's like ice cream,
Lots of different flavors.
Yeah, but generally speaking, if you were gonna ask me, I think I would stick with Sony. TCL makes cool stuff from a hardware standpoint, but they are the budget brand. I would definitely stay away from Vizio. I've had Vizio TVs. I've had small.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, dude, they break after a year every time without fail.
My Vizio TV has lasted a really long time. It's the one my parents have had for 15 years. And when I was talking with the local representative in my Best Buy store, we're comparing Best Buy representatives now. But I learned that apparently Vizio will change who they source their panels from, maybe between different models or year over year. And I think when we bought our TV way back when or whatever, it was good. Vizio was a good brand. And they, maybe they've gone down in terms of the reliability and performance of their panels.
I have not had a good experience with Vizio. I bought 2 of their TVs for when I got my PS4 because I wanted a small HD TV to put in my basement. It was a 22-inch or something like that. This was younger Dennis. That thing, I'm not joking. It literally just stopped powering on after a year. After the warranty ran out, boom, stopped working.
That's
Bought a
crazy.
second one, same thing happened. So I would hardcore stay away from Vizio. TCL has been interesting because they have been deploying interesting tech like the mini LED, among other things. So again, if you're doing super hardcore budget, but if we're talking apples to apples comparison of performance, yeah, TCL will be a little bit cheaper, maybe $200. But if we're talking $200 over the lifetime that you're going to have that TV, I would recommend going with a main brand, Sony or LG, or probably
That's
the two
it.
that I would recommend.
I mean, Samsung makes TVs, but I don't like them. I don't like them. I like
Samsung
LG.
TVs. Samsung TV. It goes back to the whole software and hardware thing. Samsung makes great hardware. They do some funny stuff with the naming scheme that I don't appreciate, but they do make good hardware. But their software is garbage.
Yep.
Especially on TVs. Their app support, if you're buying a smart TV, you want a TV that supports lots of apps, right? You want it to pair nicely. Unless you're deeply ingrained in just the Samsung ecosystem and nothing else. I'm specifically saying Samsung, not Android. Samsung. In my opinion, Samsung smart TVs don't make sense.
Yeah. P. Antonio, totally agree with you, Dennis. Yeah. I think, look, main brand, LG, Sony. If you're looking for something more on a budget, I would take a look at TCL. They make their own panels, very affordable. And but even
Sony has budget options. You can get last year's model, and they do have lower end products. So I mean, look, I would really highly encourage sticking with main brand for various different reasons, whether it be more warranty or support or a host of other reasons. I'm you know what? I'm Sony fanboy. I became Sony fanboy.
Also, check out rtings.com. That is it's like the best phone plans, but for TVs. And It's awesome.
Dude, we should get him on as a guest. Maybe we should reach out. To him.
That would be interesting, Dennis. I love that idea.
But okay. So
Emotes.
there was. Yes, I want to do emotes now.
Boom. Ready? Are you guys ready for this? 3, 2, 1. Boom. This is what we got. Drafts of the emotes. Number 1 slot, we've got Sneed talking in the microphone. Dennis, a lot of people in the Discord thought this looked like you. Everyone watching, does this look like Dennis?
Maybe a skinnier, slightly older version of me.
I think it's actually pretty good. I see Sneed. I think it's pretty good. You know, I provided some feedback. I wanted to see Sneed in more of a sweatshirt because I feel like he
rocks. Did you give him the military helmet thing?
Not for this one. This one. Yeah.
Darn. And then the question mark was the playing card that didn't pan out, right?
Yep. Playing card, I have a draft, but it's like it's just a picture of Sneed on an Ace of Spades playing card. So
yeah, it was was that your idea or my idea?
I think it was your idea.
Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember now. But yeah, so Sneed, if you're watching, these are like the 2 things that we're working on. I really wanted to have you in a military helmet and then have like
we might get Essence. That. Okay, we can get more emotes. There's no shortage.
We might get 3 of you, Sneed. But and we were actually with the playing cards idea. I was gonna make myself the Joker because I'm always like the wild card in the conversation, and Stetson was gonna be the King of Hearts because he steals the hearts of all you guys as far as fans. I don't know.
Aww.
Stole my hearts.
No, all right. Then we got speed tests. I'm really excited about these. Fast and slow. We provided some feedback on this. It turns out when you're looking at an emote and it's like really small, like that, you can't even see it. It's a little bit harder to see. So provided some feedback to make the legibility a little bit better. But yeah, I'm super stoked on these. Like, I think having a fast and slow is perfect in the chat, right? If you have a fast speed or you got slow speeds. And then we got some trash over here because I feel like that gets thrown around a lot. It's garbage. Playing is trash. I mean, all you have to do is ask Sneed about his home internet situation from Comcast, and you can use this emoji left, right, and center. And yeah, spade is spade. You got it, Maverick. That is exactly what we're going for, and we'll see what happens with the emotes. I'm hoping to get them this weekend. And we'll see, and that's that. And, yeah.
Yeah. On a side note, Brady said that I sound like Happy from the new Spider-Man movies. If Brady, if you can give me a link, maybe, I would love to listen to what this person sounds like. So try Google searching, and I'm probably not being the most successful Googler here. But on a side note, when we talked in the podcast, and it was there for the podcast, there was an infomercial I brought up to Stetson that he was supposed to watch, which he has not. He's been a bad boy and didn't do his homework. So I want to ask you guys, do you guys want us to do like a live reaction together of this little infomercial skit that I had like lined up for Stetson to watch so we could talk about? Add comments if you guys want to see us do that real quick on stream. Also, Stetson, are you Google searching this to try to find it yourself?
Oh, yeah, I can pull it up. I don't know if I can show it on the stream. I think it'll get flagged.
Are you talking about the HBO infomercial or the Happy?
Yeah, HBO.
You know what? That is a fair point. That is a fair point. We don't want to get flagged by the YouTube gods. That is.
I'm not gonna risk that.
Yeah, you know what? Never mind. That was a bad idea. We'll have to use another.
It's
platform.
A good idea, but I feel like it'd be problematic. T-Mobile network experience overall is the most problematic. Can't neglect Anchor network bans. Someone was asking about US Mobile versus Visible. I mean, I do think the experience is different, and it kind of depends. Like, do you want to spend $25 or do you want to spend $45? Kevin, if I were you, I would honestly, I want to help you save money. I would suggest try Visible. It's the most affordable option. See if it works for you. If it doesn't, try US Mobile. And maybe do that approach, because if Visible works, then you're saving money and you're getting a plan that's great and affordable for you. Or you can get both and do like one-on-one.
Also, Snee's still here. I hope you were able to catch the little rough drafts that we have cooking.
Sneed, we have emotes coming for you. It's a surprise, so don't tell yourself yet. But get excited. It looks like people want the reactions.
They definitely do. Brady made a joke of how we can watch it in silence.
We can describe what's happening.
We can put a link in the chat, maybe. And then dude, wait. When COVID came out, I'm pretty sure there was an extension where you could pair up videos. Maybe we could make like a link, invite it, and have like a big group watch us or something chill. But we could do this. Maybe we could turn it into like a Patreon only thing. That way it's easier to do. We'll pop it in the Discord and we could share it.
Yeah, we could. I know Disney Plus does like group streams. And
yeah, dude, I just had a brilliant idea. We just came up with a new Patreon perk just now. That's what we'll do. That's how we'll do it. That way it's easier since YouTube doesn't play nice with their automated machine. That's what we'll have.
All right. It sounds like people want us to watch it. If you're here and you made it 1 hour and 20 minutes of us, then you're in it. So that's fine. All right, Dennis, what are we watching right now?
We're risking it?
I'm not going to put it on the stream, but we're going to watch it and react to it.
Don't do the one that has to do with the salad mixer. Do the Too Many Cooks one. Because that's
Too Many Cooks. All right, here it is. Too Many Cooks. It's 11 minutes, so I'm going to hit the play button. It's on HBO Max. And
I'm gonna. I think there's actually a YouTube version of this on Adult Swim that I'm gonna share in the chat.
Wait, is it on YouTube?
It is, I believe.
If it's on YouTube, I feel like we can pull that up and react to it.
Too Many Cooks. Yeah, it's on YouTube. Adult Swim. I have it right here.
All right.
Adult Swim actually posted it. I'm gonna put the link in the comments too for anybody that wants to watch it.
Oh my god, yeah. So I think we can watch it then. If it's on YouTube, I'm giving that the green light. I think.
All right. I'm just gonna give one public warning here. If you were a younger kid, this is definitely more on the gruesome side.
Wait a minute, Dennis. What am I putting on? Whoa, wait a minute. I don't think I can put it on the stream.
It's Adult Swim, man. I mean, it's like where Rick and Morty resides. It's funny, but it is Adult Swim. So
it's in the link is in the chat.
Yeah.
All right, I'm hitting play.
All right.
We're looking at a city right now. Too Many Cooks. There's
basically
a house.
If you guys used to watch those old sitcoms like the Brady Bunch, it has that like cheesy intro music.
Someone just burned some cookies. We've got a mom, a dad, a daughter, a son who's like working out and smiling. Another daughter. A grandma and another kid. Wow. Who is this?
Well,
like an aunt?
It starts out normal.
Yeah.
You know, it's pretty happy, upbeat, and chill.
Baby. This is like an intro to a sitcom.
Yeah.
I guess. Are there more and more people?
It's going to continue to add people, but
who?
If we can at least get to 7 minutes in, I think you'll get the gist, although it does get funnier. But just give it a little bit of time. Are you sure you can't mute it maybe and put it on the screen with no audio? Just so they can see the video content of it?
I don't know, man. I don't want to risk it.
Okay. Well, if you guys want to watch along with us, we're about 1 minute and 15 in, and there's a link in the chat if you want to get an idea. In the future, we'll probably limit this to the Discord just because it's safer and and that way we don't have to worry. Okay, did you see that cat though?
Wait. I'm at 130. Large.
Okay, I'm actually ahead of you then.
Yeah, I paused it by accident.
So we're
in a kitchen now. Okay, yeah. There's a guy with binoculars in the window. Jeez Louise, that's awkward.
Yeah. Well, there was a cat, and there's also a dude that you should pay attention, but
this is the longest sitcom intro I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, so while Stetson's watching this, let me just give a little bit of a backstory. When we were looking at HBO, I came across Adult Swim's catalog of these old infomercials that they used to run. And these infomercials that Adult Swim would run would basically be hilarious. They did various different things. Right now we're watching one that was called Too Many Cooks, which you can find with that link. Again, this is just something kind of chill that I kind of wanted Stetson to react to so we could talk about.
I mean, this is it's still going. I feel like it's just resetting. Who are these people? Where are they coming from?
Well, that's
This is like a whole new family.
that is part of the joke. But
How big is this table? Camera's just spinning around a table, and it's just infinite. There's more and more people. That guy's not wearing a shirt. Who is that person?
Yeah, just your average firefighter with no shirt. I mean, totally normal family, dude. Okay, now you heard the change in the pace.
Maybe? Pressure cooker turned up to high.
Well, the music turned into like more of like a cop like
Okay, I gotcha.
music.
Now we're in a... This is a little weird. We're in a police headquarters.
But do you recognize that guy with the beard?
I don't know if I'm there yet. There's a pie.
I'm definitely before you. Go back to 316.
Oh, hang on. Wait for it. HBO Max is being a little bit slow right now.
Oh, you're on HBO Max. Sorry. I'm watching on YouTube. So
I'm at the female cop.
All right, just pause at 318 so we can pair up.
Oh, wait, yeah, hang on. 318. Guy with the beard on the ground.
He's not on the ground yet. He's like...
Wait for it. Wait for it. 17, 18.
Okay.
Okay, when I'm at 318, there's a guy in a jacket.
So there's a dude in a jacket, and then there's like a dude in the beard like giving like a creepy look over in the back.
Oh, my God.
That guy has been showing up repeatedly, and I'm just trying to point this out because I've rewatched this like 30 different times. But on the count of three, we'll start playing at the same time. That way we're on the same track, okay? 3, 2, 1, play.
All right.
Matthew Cody Foster as Co, Lars von Trier as Pi, and the music changed up again. American Way.
Now it's all animated.
Yeah, but it's got all like American Way, like G.I. Joe kind of feel to it, which you probably don't remember. And hey, look, it's our favorite bearded knife
That was
guy.
so weird. All right, now it's back to reality.
Uh-huh. But it's all like commando, like president-y. Well,
There's a bald eagle.
Hey, America,
The mask on. Okay, now I'm getting a lot of deja vu. They're playing the same shot over and over again. And over and over again. This is what is happening right now.
Well, now we're getting like this like great American like farmland kind of feel. And I don't know if you just noticed, but someone just got murdered.
Oh, this guy is killing everyone.
Uh-huh.
Oh, my God.
Also, on a
Jeez,
side note, for another possibility, we could always do these types of things on Twitch because Twitch doesn't typically ban people.
Yeah. I mean, if you're commenting on it, I think it's okay.
Yeah. So it took a spin. It went from being like all normal and happy. Now we're going all murdery.
Jeez, this is a little weird. She's all like paused.
Yeah. Did you see her eyes move?
Yeah.
And
Oh my God, she still has her text.
Yes.
Who is this guy?
Oh, dude, adults used to do some wild stuff, man. Back in like, I don't know, early.
Oh my God, everyone's just paused.
Yeah.
Closet, good. That's where I would hide too.
If anybody else is watching this, by the way, feel free to throw a comment in. I don't know if you guys are watching this on the side, but we're at 5:30. If you're still watching along, that anybody that's here. And for anybody that's just listening, we're doing our best to kind of describe, but to appreciate it, kind of got to watch.
I can't tell if the show is starting or what's going on.
No, this is like the joke. It's forever like gonna be.
It's forever an intro.
It's forever an intro, but like, notice how there's like lots of weird stuff that's happening. I mean, dude, this got like over 20, almost 21 million views, which is.
I guess it was just so confusing.
No, it's I don't know how to describe it. I mean, I guess you have to have a certain sense of humor. I personally rewatched this multiple times for the Easter eggs that were fluttered about through it. Oh God, the double headshot.
If this guy is leaving his knives everywhere, he's gonna have to like restock on those.
Oh God, the scream. A pinch of salt and lemon too, with her head just chilling in the sink. That's why I worried about it being a little bit gory. I mean, it's not like terrible, but
Who is that guy?
I don't remember what he was in the intro because I wasn't paying enough attention. But
It's just all him now.
right, but it. Just keep watching. There's gonna be. I'm not gonna ruin it, but you could tell by the thing freaking out. There's gonna be a big change. Yeah, he's eating a foot. And lasers.
Yeah, there were too many cooks in the kitchen.
The cat again.
What?
Terminator cat now.
Top comment. Still waiting for the second episode.
What, on YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Honestly, I feel like Adult Swim should bring this back for when they have like really crappy ad slots. Just bring back like this like low budget esque like content. I mean, I don't know. I thought younger version of me really enjoyed this. Oh yeah, the mouth blasting like Star Wars. I don't know. There's just so many Easter eggs. Like if you're like someone that watches TV or movies and stuff, like they make references to so many things in this, which you're probably missing a lot of them because you probably didn't.
I missed probably every one.
I mean, to be fair, like I said, I rewatched this like 30 times. That's a fine how do you do laugh track. Thank you, Green. Thank you, Amy, for joining the Patreon as well. I'm not sure how entertaining this is listening to us talk about this, but we are watching it. Maybe, like I said, maybe what we'll do is if Stetson's up for it, we can maybe watch things in the Discord. That way we can share it that way, and not have to worry about YouTube copyright strikes. And
Yeah, we'll have to do like a movie night for the Patreons or something.
dude, that would be like really like legit. Oh, it's almost done here. Oh, it's the word chat. I forgot about this.
Yeah, that looks like a nightmare. The words have replaced the people.
Yeah. There's the cat. I mean, you're kind of getting the gist of this. I was just going to ask you, Stetson, if they made like a full-on TV series for this, would you watch?
That's going to be a hard no.
You would not be interested in a TV series that follows like the actual path of like what happens with this?
No, not at all. Too gory for me.
Too gory for you. Well, I appreciate you watching. At least you got the point. Yeah, you got the gist. You can...
Yeah, all right.
Stop. But okay. Looks like we got a couple of fresh people in and then we started winding down. Do you want to answer? Oh, how can I get Discord? He just joined the Patreon.
Amy, I will send you a link. It should be.
It should
like
let
if
you
you're on
auto link in
Patreon.
Patreon.
Yeah, it should like auto do it, and then it should also like there's a post with the link to join. So
like on Patreon and your settings, you can link it to your Discord, and when you do, it should just let you auto join to the Discord. But if not, yeah, we can post a link in the Patreon chat for you.
Deal you.
For anybody that's still here, we'll answer a few more last minute questions, I suppose, and then we can call it.
And then we gotta call it. We gotta like do stuff, you know.
What? Ah, that's not true. Anthony asks, will U.S. Cellular expand their coverage nationwide? I'm going to go with a hard no.
Hard no. They use roaming agreements now. There's no incentive for them to build out a network.
Plus,
Green
all
was
their
asking-
Spectrum assets are regional based.
when the AT&T video is coming out. Filming that, scripting it right now. I'm actually, it'll probably be like a couple weeks, to be honest with you. I really want to make it top-notch quality, do a bunch of stuff with it. So it'll probably take me a couple weeks to do that, make it the best possible for you.
But yeah, I'm feeling good about the amount of content we produced today. For anybody that's still here, thank you again for everything that you do. If you're not already, I would definitely recommend becoming a member of the Patreon. I like the idea of us doing a movie night with the Patreon fans. I think that would be a lot of fun. And
absolutely. And yeah, yes, the Discord is for Patreon members, or if you choose to join the YouTube channel, there's a join button, right over there. Then you will also get access as well. And there's different tiers with different benefits, depending on what benefits you're looking for.
But yeah, I think we should call it. And Stetson, just to clarify, we're going to be postponing the season finale of our mini-series, correct?
That's correct. We're postponing the Worst Plans finale, not this weekend, but either on Thursday next week or the following weekend.
Actually, and depending on what Thursday looks like, Thursday is the 27th, I believe, which is my closing.
We're going to have to figure some stuff out behind the scenes is the bottom line here. So
basically, we're going to still produce content for you. We might do what we did when we did the Christmas special and pre-record. Yeah, I think that might be something that ends up happening, at least for the podcast. But we'll have to wait and see how it all plays out. But don't worry. Me and Stetson are going to make sure you get your content one way or another.
Awesome. And we got a super chat from Green. Are you guys interested in the Galaxy Fold and thoughts on under-display cameras?
Under-display cameras from the current implementation, I don't like what it does to the quality. I like the idea. I like the idea, not happy with the execution yet. I don't think the tech's quite there yet.
I'm fine with the hole punch. I like the camera where it actually flips around on a hinge, so your rear cameras are your front cameras.
What Asus is doing, yeah.
Brilliant. Love that.
And then, are you interested in the Galaxy Fold?
Dude, I want to try one of those so badly. It doesn't make any sense to get one right now, and it's like expensive.
Wait, speaking of phones, Austin sent you something we never reacted to.
Oh my god, dude, we got another time. Austin, okay. I don't even think Austin's in the chat. We got to wrap it up.
All right. I tried. Sorry, Austin. We'll get you next time. We promise. But all right, guys. Peace out, everyone. All right.
Peace.